Welcome everyone, welcome to another preview. This is MetalCanyon, and we'll be checking out the demo version of Mech Mechanic Simulator. You know I like my mechanic simulator games. We've done the two car mechanic simulator games. There was a train mechanic simulator game, rover mechanic simulator. There's also a motorcycle mechanic simulator, which I'm going to do a preview on as well. There's plenty of mechanic simulators out there, which is kind of weird because that sort of genre didn't truly exist many years ago. And now it's sort of started exploding, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. You know, I wasn't expecting that. And, you know, it's a niche sort of genre that a lot of people, including myself, quite enjoy because it's casual, but it's also enjoyable. And in this case, well, this sounds extremely promising because not only is it a mechanic simulator game, it's also to do with mechs, and I love proper mechs. I'm not talking about mechas. I hate those things. Mechs are mechs, and they should look like mechs, like this. Anyway, unfortunately, there's no way to actually continue the game, so I'm just going to start a new one. Let's do so.
Your competitors were not as lucky as you are, and they are still sitting in their holes. And you got this gem.
Alrighty. We're just going to be skipping through the tutorial right quick because I've obviously already done that. So bear in mind this is just a demo, but the game is going to be released very soon apparently. So I'm assuming this is a painting booth. And this one as well. So yeah, probably not that many things will change.
It was to find this place? And unregistered mechanics are still being prosecuted by the authorities. Since you're operating in a somewhat gray area, they'll surely make me your partner in crime. Screw me apart and make me a blender or some other tool. Just be careful, okay?
Alright. Let's do that. So the first thing we need to do is just go through the tutorial real quick. It wants us to go to the office, so let's do that. There's no sprint at the moment, at least I don't think there is. I like the workshop. It looks pretty cool. It looks futuristic. Obviously, this is a futuristic, a game taking in the far future where flying cars are a thing, giant buildings and arcologies are there. It kind of looks a bit like a cyberpunk city. And, well, we repair mechs in our workshop. I'm not really sure how we could afford something like this, considering we don't have a license yet, as you can see. But, alright, let's take our first job. No. Oh, excellent. I can just skip the tutorial here. So, just like in most of the mechanic simulator games, you have an office where you can select what type of jobs you'll want to take. There's different mechs available.
Can you pay for my maintenance?
We'll talk about the Android in just a bit. But yeah, you can select what kind of a job you're going to take. Here's the reward you're going to get. I do wish this was a bit more randomized. So not always, you know, just if it's one part, it's going to be 8,400. If it's 3 parts, it's going to be 12,600. But yeah, let's take this one so I can show you a little bit about it. So you get a little animation of your, well, not your mech, but the mech you need to repair delivered. You might notice that it's completely brown, which is weird. Also on the top right, this doesn't work just yet, but there will be reputation with different corporations. I think there's 4 of them at the moment. One is Sakura Technologies. Yeah, cannot go to the global market of the garage yet. But yeah, you'll get reputation with them, so you'll be able to take more expensive jobs, more complicated jobs. I'm not really sure what those icons on the right are.
The world, unite.
Those little boxes and such might be items you have in your workshop. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, you get the Android. You get the mech delivered, and the first thing you will notice is, like I said, that it's very dirty. So, you usually have to clean it. Not every mech has to be cleaned. And this actually looks a little bit better. Only some parts are dirty. Sometimes it's all caked in mud, which I find slightly unrealistic. But hey, we're playing a futuristic game. Alright, so let's go to the station here. And the first thing we need to do, obviously, like I said, is cleaning. On the right, we have the amount of water. I've never run out of this, but I'm assuming you need to... Oh, it's fuel. Okay. It's actually fuel, not water. This basically consists of you using A and D to rotate the mech, or you're rotating around it, and then just using the left mouse button to have the water flow.
I wonder what would happen if Vico learned how to build mechs. It seems they only know how to build perfect androids, like me.
And you just clean the mech like this. Now there's a bit of a problem with this, because the way this works is you're not actually trying to clean a certain part very thoroughly. It's just a case of doing it like this. You know, hitting all the parts where the game says, oh, there's dirt on it. Which leaves you with stuff like this. You're trying to find that last part of dirt. Usually it's quite... it's not that picky about it. Well, there we go. But I usually find myself just flailing the mouse about, which is going to be a big problem with scanning. So with scanning, you get this little very cool animation, and I'll talk about animations in just a bit as well, where it scans the mech, and you're thinking, what kind of a mini game we'll have now to scan the mech? Unfortunately,
I should be the boss here.
It works exactly the same as with cleaning. You hold the mouse button down and you just go across the mech. So you're thinking like, oh, I need to be careful and, you know, do this properly. No. All you can do this. Ready? I'm going to scan the mech very thoroughly. There we go. We found all the problems. You know, there's no effort involved at all. I really hope they will change this mechanic, because it could be something really interesting, like a really interesting minigame. But all you have to do is keep the mouse held down and just flail it about to find where the red parts are. That's it. Now, we're going to remove the left leg because that's where all the problems are. It could be in several items of the mech. I mean, in several parts of the mech. We're going to put it on the right workbench. So now we actually have to do a little bit of disassembly to get this leg off.
My eye fell out.
Okay, so why can I not take this out? I guess there's something in the way. This is. Okay. Oh, that was it, actually. Just the wires. And it comes out. And of course, because it's in this weird anti-gravity field or whatever, it stays there, even if you remove both of the legs. So that's all right. So now we have the leg on the repair bench here, or I should say the assembly and disassembly bench. It's not really the repair bench. And we have to repair those things. Now, because we've already scanned which parts are bad, they are indicated as such. And if we try to remove this Argus chassis thing, these things glow red, which means that we'll have to remove them first. Now, the way this works is like in most mechanic simulators, but it's a slightly different. So we have to click on the part. Oh yeah, we have to remove this bolt. So you click on the part first.
I like to watch you sleep, human.
Okay, and then you take any bolts and screws out, and then you have to take the actual part out. So this is a bit new. You have to hold it, and then it tells you which way you need to pull. Sometimes it's just one way, sometimes you have to go down and up, or left and right, or whatever. So, you know, it's a little bit different. I do wish they would change the way this works, because just like in which mechanic simulator was it? Oh yeah, the tank mechanic simulator, I believe. I don't like the fact that I cannot just take this bolt out immediately, for example. I have to first click on it and then start disassembly. I would really like to see this just be a click and hold. See, I can't do it. I have to focus on the item first. So there's, you know, inner parts and everything. That looks pretty cool. So we can remove the damaged part and then continue on to the other parts. Oops, didn't want to do that. We need to...
I should be the boss here.
We need to remove this. All right, so let's talk a bit about the voice acting and the robot. I see what they were trying to do. Instead of just having music, what do we have to remove for this? These wires as well. I have a feeling we're gonna have to remove all of this. Let's see, is it possible? I don't know, I'm just gonna remove this for now. Yeah, what they were trying to do is, instead of just having music play while you're doing all these things, they wanted to have a funny little robot that's your helper, but also, you know, has kind of his own thoughts and is kind of funny. But from what I've been playing this demo, the demo is quite short, by the way. There's only like 4 robots or something you can do before the demo is over.
I can walk up and down the stairs, there is nothing that could stop me.
Yeah, the problem with these things is always that if you really wanted to make it interesting, this guy would need a load of different and unique lines, a load of them. And unfortunately, obviously, he doesn't, which means that you will be you will be hearing repeats of his stuff that he says over and over and over again, which is quite annoying. Is this the last part? Let me see. Yeah, I think that, excuse me, the wire is the last part we need to remove. It's quite a lot of disassembly, actually. I haven't had that much disassembly so far, but of course, again, these are beginning robots. But yeah, you hear a lot of repeats of his stuff, and to be completely frank, none of his lines actually made me even chuckle so far. I'm sorry to say. Alright, I have to remove little tiny retainers here.
I seem to talk to myself very often.
Yeah, you do, and you're not very funny, unfortunately. So, yeah, he just gets annoying. So now that we have the things out, we can either repair them, but unfortunately that's not possible in the demo because we don't have the repair bench yet. That's something you can buy later on with money, of course, which is in the top right. And so right now we can only really buy new items. Now, in a lot of mechanic simulators, this was quite annoying because you had to remember the names of the items and then go look for them in the office on the computer. Here, it's done a lot simpler. You just search for this item in the shop, and there it is. This thing is actually at normal price right now. Usually, it'll be a plus or a minus percentage here, which means that, you know, the prices fluctuate of these items, which is a nice touch. Especially if money is going to be an issue later on, which I kind of doubt it will be, but, you know, we'll see.
And then I told him, show me the money. That's what I told him.
Yeah, very funny. Makes me want to throw myself off the building here. Anyway. Alright, let's add these things and these things. Oh wow, now it's actually blocking my view because I need to well, I need to add things over here. So I'll have to remove this. This was unexpected. Okay, so there we go. We can add that one and then remove this one, whatever it is, bolt. So we can put that one in without being blocked by the armor or whatever it is. You'll also get a little side story here and there where the corporation will explain why the mech got damaged and in what way, which is maybe kind of weird.
Another day, another mech.
I mean, I could understand why they would explain how it got damaged, but not what they use it for and so on and so forth. I don't think that's overly realistic, but at the same time, you gotta have some of this stuff in games because, you know, it adds to the flavor and makes you feel like you're actually, I don't know, I'm repairing this space station mech or something. And again, I realize the futility of saying, oh, this is unrealistic because we are playing a, you know, mech repair shop in the future. So are we still missing stuff? I'm not exactly sure. Let's see. Assembly. No, it's missing stuff, as you can see by that little icon. I've never really disassembled the legs of these things, so Let's see. I'm trying to switch between assemble and disassemble. Oh, wait. Wasn't that wire there? Oh, there's a bolt.
I think I should visit the Orion's Belt someday.
Yes.
I've heard there's plenty of interesting stuff there.
You should do it right now. Leave us in peace to record this. What the heck is... Oh, there's the bolts. It's a bit difficult to see, perhaps. No, I don't want to. I want to put the bolts in. And I've put the retainers on the wires as well, so that should be okay. So, yeah, the game is nice enough to actually let you know that you've forgotten to put something in. I believe now this thing is ready to be put back. Assembly, there we go. Left leg, let's put it right back. And of course, put the other stuff back, which is just a wire back here. Bloop. And the retainer. And there we go. This mech is done. It's been cleaned. It's been everything is fine. Now, the other thing that's kind of annoying is that every time, well, first of all, you gotta...
You can take our batteries, but you will never take our freedom. Well, I think I should practice that line.
Yes. Practice it for a long time in silence. Yeah, that guy is quite annoying, and I hope you can shut it off. And the fact that you always have to run up here to the office to get new mechs and finish old ones, and the fact that you always have to watch the animation. Let me correct that. You don't have to watch it. What I end up is always just immediately skipping the animation after the first time. What I would like to see is the animation actually play while you're walking to the mech here, if you have to walk to it. I think that would be a lot nicer. So, we can now finish this job, and the mech goes away. Bye! Yeah, why doesn't this play while you're doing stuff on the computer or walking around the workshop? That would be nice. So we get 12,600. We spend 13 minutes on that. And of course there's other mechs available. Like I said, in the demo right now, there's not that many available. I think there's 1, 2...
Don't you dare clear my memory cache. Have I told you that before? I can't remember.
I think there might be 3 mechs, 3 different mechs available at the moment, but there will be more later on. And of course, later on you'll be able to buy shop stuff after we get the license, of course. Well, if I do one with just one part, we'll get enough money for that. So, you know, you can just skip this. But see, while I'm walking here, this should really be playing and the mech coming down. There's enough time to do that. I think that would be a nice touch. And save you some of the... And you can also skip that. There we go. Flail the mouse about. Or the mace, I suppose, if you want. So, all in all, it's quite an interesting game. I feel like there's quite a few things that could be done better, like the disassembly, and you could see that the assembly is sometimes not quite as clear if you don't remember exactly what tiny little bolts you've removed. So we have to remove that, and we have to remove that, and that. Okay. You basically just follow the crumbs when you want to remove something. You see that one needed to go down and then up to be removed. So, yeah, I don't really know how I feel about that. Usually, I like to just finish the stuff immediately without having to fiddle with that up and down stuff. But, oh well, you know, it's different. Okay. So, in final verdict, I don't fully know exactly how I feel about this. I mean, the workshop looks lovely, I'll say. The mechs look pretty cool, but I feel like they could have a bit more stuff in them, if that makes any sense. If you've seen me disassemble a engine in Car Mechanic Simulator, those things are very... Those things are very, very complex, obviously. And these mechs, I feel, should be even more complex. What's going on? Oh yeah, I've already assembled it. Okay, and that's it. So now we can actually finally buy our license, and you'll see that we'll have a few things available to purchase. which of course I don't think are available in the demo. So finish the job, skip the animation, get the money, and now buy the license. And now you can select what kind of a logo you'll want, what kind of, you know, colors you'll want. There we go, Mech Mechanic Corp. And you can always change that later on. Oh, that's cool. Change workshop colors. I haven't actually seen that you can do that. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so the station shop. We've got a welding station, which is logged.
Humans.
Yeah, you've said that 3 times in a row now. Decorrosion station. Unfortunately, I feel like all of this stuff will be the same as the scanning. Flail your mouse about for the decorrosion and, well, painting, but probably not the welding station. So I really hope they do something different for that, because otherwise it's going to be a little bit boring and mundane to do that stuff. Like I said, just like in the rover mechanic simulator where you had the electronics bench to repair electronics with all the voltmeters and everything there, I really thought it was going to be a bit of a puzzle to try and figure out what components have to be replaced, what's wrong with it. But, you know, it ended up being a bit underwhelming, just a little bit of a, switch out components type of minigame, nothing major. And here I feel like they could do something different with the scanning as well, at least, and other things. So, yeah. I couldn't really recommend the game just yet. We'll have to...
Unite.
Okay, excuse me for a moment. Shut up! Alright, we'll have to see where this game goes in the full release and what they've done about some of the mechanics, quality of life stuff, and shutting that robot up. But yeah, thank you for watching this little very short preview and of Mech Mechanic Simulator, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.